Welcome. Today we'll be talking about the great actor and director, Charlie Chaplin. Born in 1889 in London, he started his career in entertainment at the age of 10. But it was in the film industry where Chaplin truly made his mark. His first film came out in 1914, and within a year, he had become world famous for his outstanding performances and humor that still holds up today. Enjoy the clips from his movies to understand why Charlie Chaplin became a legend of cinema. Born into a poor family in London, Chaplin faced difficulties from a young age. His parents divorced when he was only 8 years old, and he, along with his brother and younger sister, found themselves on the streets. Chaplin learned to play the violin and initially planned to become a musician. But after he began working in the entertainment industry, his life changed forever. In 1910, he moved to the United States and joined Keystone Studios, where he started acting in short films. Soon, he became the studio's most famous actor, and by 1914, he was already directing his own movies. Most of his early works were silent, but his talent and humor easily crossed language barriers and won the hearts of audiences worldwide. One of Charlie Chaplin's most famous characters is the Tramp. He created this character while working at Keystone Studios. The idea came to him when he was at the peak of his career and wanted to explore a new approach to comedy. The Tramp became a symbol of poverty and desperation, and Chaplin was able to convey these emotions perfectly through his acting and facial expressions. Chaplin continued to develop the character throughout his career, adding new traits and features, but the Tramp always remained his most iconic character. Chaplin was a master of using satire in his films. He used comedy to criticize societal phenomena such as bureaucracy, capitalism, and wars. He was not afraid to address taboo topics in his films. For example, in his film The Great Dictator, 1940, Chaplin satirized Adolf Hitler and Nazi Germany, even though the United States had not yet joined World War II. Chaplin believed that through his films, he could help change the world for the better, and his satirical comedies remain relevant and inspiring to people to this day. Although Charlie Chaplin was one of the most popular comedians of his time, his career was not without scandals. In the 1940s, Chaplin faced accusations of sympathizing with communists and was forced to leave the United States. This led to his relocation to Europe, where he continued his career. His last film, A Countess from Hong Kong, 1957, also received negative reactions as it was considered unpatriotic during the Cold War. However, despite all of this, Chaplin continued to work and remain a great comedian who inspired many other creators for decades. Today, Charlie Chaplin is considered a legend of cinema. His contribution to the history of film is invaluable, and his influence on comedy and culture as a whole continues to be strong. His character, the Tramp, remains a symbol of a pauper who strives to retain his humanity in difficult circumstances. We still smile when we see his dance with the roles in The Gold Rush, 1925, or his misadventures in City Lights, 1931. Chaplin was and remains our beloved comedian who gave us smiles and wise thoughts for many decades. Although Charlie Chaplin passed away more than 40 years ago, his legacy continues to live on and influence our lives. His films and characters continue to inspire new filmmakers and comedians today. Chaplin's contributions to cinema were recognized in 1972 when he received an Academy Honorary Award for his exceptional creativity and talent. His influence is also felt in music, literature, and art in general. Some of his quotes still resonate as if they were spoken just yesterday. Chaplin taught us to laugh in tough times and not lose hope. His creativity and bravery continue to be an example of how to approach life and art. Chaplin's films are timeless and continue to be watched and appreciated today. His characters and stories are still relevant, touching on themes of poverty, human dignity, and perseverance. His iconic character, the Tramp, remains an enduring symbol of hope and resilience. Chaplin's influence on modern cinema is also evident. Filmmakers and actors continue to draw inspiration from his work. Movies like La La Land pay homage to Chaplin's style and storytelling. Even in the age of high-tech special effects and CGI, Chaplin's classic silent comedies continue to captivate audiences with their simplicity and charm. In conclusion, Charlie Chaplin's contribution to the film industry is immeasurable. His talent, creativity, and courage continue to inspire new generations of filmmakers and comedians. His influence on cinema and culture at large remains alive and significant today. We encourage you to watch his movies and appreciate his art to better understand his contribution to our culture. Thank you for joining us in this journey to explore the life and legacy of Charlie Chaplin.